And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Cities Skylines with After Dark and Natural Disasters. Okay, we can see that our residential demand has plummeted. We've got some residents in here now, and we don't need any more. Now we need commercial, and we need industrial. Commercial is where they shop. Industrial is where they work. So we're going to try to keep these separate here, and we're going to really go crazy with industrial here. Let's put in a huge block of industrial, and keeping industrial up here allows any supply, any raw material supply, to not have to come in all the way into our city in order to be delivered. But we also need to think about bus services or mass transit in other ways in order to get people to drive up here, because maybe they don't own a car or something like that. So look at all the people coming in. Now that we've really zoned, we're doing pretty well for ourselves here. Let's get out of the zoning so we can actually see what's going on. There is a day-night cycle in the game now. When I first started playing this game, there wasn't any sort of day-night cycle, and now there is, and it's, while it will kind of make it harder to see, it doesn't last forever, and it also allows you these beautiful vistas of your growing city. So you can see we got just tons of people coming in here now. Houses sparking up. We got now we've got weather effects, so we've got fog, we've got rain. To get snow, you would have to actually start a game on the snow world, and I don't have that DLC anyway, so I'm not too concerned with it. But it looks like this road with this turning lane here is perfect, because this turning lane goes right in here, and this one goes straight, and this one, this is what you would see in a normal city, and it looks pretty good. Okay, these don't have power and they don't have water, so let's get water up there. I need one here, I think, and one here, one here, and I'm gonna put one somewhere in here, right down the middle of our main road there, just like a normal system would be. And then power, that's a long ways for power to go, so we are gonna set up a power line going from out here all the way into here. Now, in order for that to be actually connected, we need a little bit of growth to happen back here. Let's see. I might have to kickstart it with something like this in order to get these actually up and running. Now, these will initially employ no educated workers. We don't have any educated workers, so they're going to be the dirtiest, most polluting industries that you can build. And until we get our education level up, that's what they will stay as. So you can see we're still losing money right now. And as such, I want to get rid of that rock right there. We need to get our city to grow even bigger. We only have 299 people in our city right now, and we need more people. And if we look at some growth, if we look at something like crime, you can see that crime has sort of become an issue. Not up there yet, that's just got electricity, but you can see that these areas in here need some support, and police protection is something that we're going to need a pretty early game. So I want to set these up so we get some police protection. And we already have a fire, so we also need a fire department. So we already have a fire in the city, so let's get some fire action going way up here. And this will really lower our profit potential. Really lower it. So hopefully this guy can go out and kill that fire. It's like the big bite. The big bite is going up in flames. Now also be aware that now in the game, fire actually spreads. So it can become more of a disaster. But you can see our weekly income is dropped considerably. So we're going to want to kickstart a little bit of growth. And I think to do that, we're going to need an elementary school. Because people want to learn, and as such, we're going to want to accommodate that. Where's a good place for this? Right there, I think, is a good spot. Although we don't really hit everybody. So we're going to build it. Instead of just the elementary school, I'm going to go with the large elementary school. Just like that. And these are little buildings that I've added, that I've modded into the game. It really doesn't take all that much to add your own buildings. But I did it mainly because I was, developing cities where it was crazy. I had to have dozens and dozens and dozens of elementary schools in order to even have a prayer of educating all my citizens. So I made a large version of the elementary school, and I made a large version of the high school, and I made a large version of the university. And they just have more capacity that they can, teach more people. And with that built, if we look at happiness, you can see the happiness has started going up. And the happier people are, safer they feel, the more likely you are to get some more people moving in. All right, now let's look at something that I've been ignoring, which is garbage. Okay, we're running out of power, so that means I need another one of these. And these are really bad places to put these. So I might, because of the noise. You can see the noise, that noise icon right there. That means that these things make a lot of noise. And I thought I had one that didn't. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm gonna take this one and this one out. I'm gonna build this one and this one. Because I remember I added a quiet wind generator. Because wind generators don't actually make any noise. At least not enough noise where you'd get somebody complaining. So if we look at power, we can see the arrow is way up here. So we're consuming 13 and we're producing 33. So we've got plenty. Water-wise, we are way in the green on water. So not really worried about water, but unfortunately, garbage is a problem. Garbage is a problem. So I need to address that problem as soon as possible. And to do that, we are going to try to take a 2-lane alley, 2-lane gravel road. Suitable for service roads, supports low traffic. I think we're going to do a 2-lane gravel road right off of this line here. So it shouldn't add. Okay, it does add streetlights, but we can address that in a little bit. Not sure why that's angled wrong, but oh well. So we want a landfill to start. Kind of way out of the way. I don't think it needs power or water. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So we're just going to leave that be. And if we look at garbage, as these trucks go through, this here is the super garbage truck. And how did we get the super garbage truck to spawn? Well, if we go to this panel right here. Where is it? No, it's down here, I guess. This one here, this advanced vehicle options. This is that mod that I pointed out in the first episode. So if we go to garbage, you can see the normal garbage truck. I unchecked allow vehicle to spawn. And the super garbage truck, which is a workshop item, I allow this vehicle to spawn. And it has higher capacity. So we can go through, like, let's say we want buses. So we want bus, and if I wanted to increase the capacity, which I've already done, I went ahead and did that. So now buses can hold 200 people. Same with taxis. You can do that with the metro. I mean, you can go through and really go crazy with all of these things. So you can pick and choose which vehicle to spawn. You can pick and choose which. You can add vehicles. So the Tesla Model S, I actually added as a mod, and it goes right in. So these are the 4 color variations that it has, all that kind of stuff. So you can add your own. You can add your own mods, and so like the bug spray van, the donut van, and the hot dog van, I disabled allowing these vehicles to spawn, and the van should be the box truck. No, there was a industry. There it is. There's the van that I allowed. So the box truck and the van are both allowed to spawn, but all of these weird looking ones, those aren't, which is nice. All right, how is our demand? We got a little bit more demand for commercial. Looks like our commercial zones are building up nicely. If we look at garbage. Looks like they selected all the garbage, which is great. Now we've got a few deaths. If you look, these are the symbols of deaths. So we got to get rid of those bodies. It's kind of macabre, but, we got to do it. So if we go to healthcare, there's a cemetery that we can build that's cheap and useful. So we're going to build a cemetery. And I think that does need water and power. So let's... I want to go up a little bit more. Oh, no. See, that's too far. Perfect. Okay, now we need power. And I need the lines to go up to here and over to here. Now is that, there it is. Okay, suitable. Okay, so this will tell us that there is zero stored right now. But I'm sure a hearse has probably gone out here to handle it. And if you look at our income, we're actually making money now. So we are turning a profit. Oh, there's a couple hearses. Poor dead people. Okay, we're going to get rid of that rock there, because it's just in the way. I don't know what's up with these rocks. I don't know where the rocks came from, but they're kind of annoying. I don't know if they block anything or not. Yeah, a little space there that can still be developed. It looks like we need some more commercial. So let's zone. I'm going to zone a good block of commercial here. Give it a little bit more capacity, a little bit bigger buildings. Then I'm going to shrink it back down. So hopefully those will detect that we've got a little bit of work on or a little bit of space here. How's water doing? Water is good all the way up. How's power? See, our needle is going down a little bit, so we're gonna need to look at some more power gen here. So we've got a couple big buildings. This big one here is going in. Now I'll quickly explain the control building development mod. If I go to a building, and you can see these are the stages of development as it gets higher and higher in density and wealth. Okay, now density. This is low density zone itself, so that the density will not get all crazy, but the wealth level will really go high. If I want to restrict it, if I want like a zone or a district to be restricted, I can just click on a level and the building will never develop above that level. And I believe you can do it districts. You can do it by districts as well. So something to keep in mind, that you can control more and more of your city with that. So we're just going to continue development here, low density all the way through. Let's connect all of these, those, and these for now. Keep that even all the way up. And as my profit goes up, so will my ability to afford other services. So I'll be able to then buy maybe a clinic. Clinics are expensive, $400 a week. So I could get one of those now. We could get a high school, although high schools are pretty expensive. If we look at the high school, that's $560 a week for a high school. But our elementary school, we needed one elementary school. We got 408 students. So if I were to have used the other elementary school, I would have already needed a second elementary school for a city that's this big. 2 elementary schools for a city that's this big, I have problems with that. So that's why I made the other elementary school, because the other elementary only holds 300 students. So it's a city that big. That's just how big it is. Like, imagine a city that size and needing 2 elementary schools. That's kind of crazy. So we got a little rain going on right now. And there's actually a thing now where your roads get wet, and you can actually use what are called vacuum trucks. If we go to water, we go to tank reservoir pumping service, sends out a fleet of vacuum trucks. Where there are flooded buildings in the city. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is brand new to me. I've never used it or seen it before. So good stuff. You can see the little haze, the haze over our industrial area over here. It's pretty real. But we need to give them something to do, so let's give them a park or something. Japanese garden. Let's go to leisure. Beach volleyball court, riding stable, skate park. A beach volleyball court, huh? There we go. How about that? Close enough to the beach, maybe? You can see now it changed colors. And that is good news for us. Okay, let's go somewhere here that isn't fully developed yet. Let's go over. No, I want to kind of go embedded here. So let's just put it in right in here. It's a big park, but you can see it really brings out a lot of good in people. So that is a good leisure activity. Cruising in the skate park. Awesome. All right, a little nighttime shot while we wrap up the episode. So that will do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.